want to share with all my people, all my sisters and my brothers. The bill collector from hell. The bill collector from hell was at the doorbell. He asked me, was I going to pay my bill due tell? I said, leave my house, I wish you well. How did I get in this mess? All I did was shop, I must confess. With money as it was, I should have spent less. But when I got a charge card in the mail, I felt blessed. My friends and I shopped until we dropped. We had a great time, I must admit. But Lord, these bill collectors just won't quit. One morning, a new bill collector called. Him, I just stalled. For I had spent my all at the mall. Every day, this collector dialed my number, waking me from my sleep and my slumber. He tried to make me weep. I just went back to sleep. Later, the bill collector called again and spoke his piece. I said to him, this credit card, why did you release? Talking to you today, I must cease. Now I have to go shopping with my niece. I shopped way into the night. The next morning, the collector called and said, do what's right. I told him not to talk to me like that. I got to go and buy a new hat. That night, the phone did ring. I told the collector I couldn't give him a thing. He said, I sent you a bill in the mail. I said, I got to go to the salon because I got a chipped nail. Lord, I'm weary of this man's call. I had to buy new high heels to make me stand tall. I needed to shop and let off steam. This collector wanted to steal my dreams. He said, my bill I had to pay, not listening to anything I had to say. He said, I'm going to call you night and day. Now will you pay? I just said nay. That night, in the middle of the night, the phone rang and I turned on the light. For a minute, my heart was filled with fright. It was the bill collector trying to pick a fight. I said, I'm tired of you calling me. He said, I'm going to follow you into eternity. I said, the money owed doesn't belong to you. The collector said, we are going to sue. I said, you just reminded me my layaway payment is due. Then I got to pay my rent when I'm through. Would you please stop calling me? I was angry as could be. The collector said, I'll call you tomorrow. The money owed, please borrow. I said, I'm planning to go on vacation. He said, what location? I said, you'll never know. He said, I'll follow you wherever you go. I said, good luck. He said, for me, you won't duck. I said, sir, you are a worry. Now I got to leave. I'm in a hurry. They sent me in the mail another card. Lord, why is life for me so hard? This new charge card I'll keep under my bed. I'll only use it when I'm spirit led. But this one time, I'll go to a new restaurant and get well fed. And I need a new dress, the color red. That evening, I felt like someone was following me on the street. A voice from behind said, "You are a deadbeat. On you, I'm turning up the heat." I said, "You, I didn't expect to meet." He said, "Hey, will you pay?" I screamed, "Get out of my way. I've had a tough day. I'll pay you on the 1st of May." As I was eating, my phone rang. I heard the voice and slammed the phone down with a bang. The collector was making me mad, wanting all the money that I had. I said, "Stop calling me bill collector." He said, "Of your bills, you are not a respecter." I told him to leave me alone. From his voice, I wanted to be gone. The next morning, I heard my front doorbell ring. It was the bill collector from hell. I didn't want to hear a thing. I looked right at him and wondered what was on his mind. He said, "You are robbing our company blind." He was right, I must admit. On tomorrow, I would quit. This man I wanted to hit. I promised him on tomorrow I'd pay a little bit. The next day I opened my mail and I did smile. I was indeed happy as a child. For in my hand was a new charge card. I held onto it mighty hard. This card I would cut up, even though I needed a new china cup. I broke my new dish. For another one I did wish. I couldn't help myself. I missed my cup from sitting on the shelf, so I went out shopping. This cup I wouldn't be dropping. I couldn't wait to get back home and put my dish in place. While I was out, I bought the finest of lace. Now, no more money would I spend. From now on, I'll only shop every now and then. I could only buy what I did need. I was going to pay this card off, yes indeed. Tomorrow, I would go to church and plant a seed. The next day, the collector called and said, "Your bill, take heed." That night I had a dream. It caused me to let out a scream. The collector from hell was ringing my doorbell. His eyes were full of fire. He said, "From shopping, you need to retire." Then a fire blazed under my bed. He reached out to touch me and my credit cards burned up instead. The collector said, "You got to pay your bill. Your account is way over the hill." Now this is the deal. You can't live life just to get a thrill. I was brought to tears. I was in debt all these years. It was hard being in the rear. Yes, indeed, I need a new dress. The holiday is near. The collector said, "These bills, don't you want to clear? Doesn't owing all these bills rob you of your cheer? Why do you keep spending?" I said, "Because the credit card company keep lending." He said, "Why don't you do yourself a favor? Aren't you afraid of doing hard labor?" I said, "Only you make my life a pain." The collector said, "From overspending, you need to abstain. For your troubles, you only got yourself to blame. Life is not a game. You're out of control. Is shopping your only goal? You can't keep spending at this rate. Your bill payments are always late. I must admit, this bondage I hate. But I need an outfit for my new date. The bill collector said, when will you learn? Don't spend any more than you earn. But for a new coat, I do yearn. After this, I promise I'll turn. Now I hear bells ringing everywhere. Even when my beautician does my hair, the noise is keeping me awake. When there's a sale at the store, I'm late. At the door, I heard a loud knock. And guess who was parked on my block? I turned around and looked at the clock. At the bill collector from hell, I threw a rock. It wasn't even breakfast time yet. As I looked out the window, the bill collector eyes I met. In his hand, he had a huge net. I'm gonna get you on this, you can bet. The next day in church, I was sitting in my seat. I heard the preacher say, are you tired of living in defeat? Next, on my shoulder, a hand did beat. The bill collector from hell said, you are dressed nice and neat. Pretty soon, it was testimony time. I rose up to give mine. I thank God for blessing me to wine and dine. The bill collector said, don't forget to say, in your bills you are behind. I told him right in church to shut up because I'm saved. He said, the Lord's commandments you ain't obeyed. The collector said, you're not supposed to owe no man. I told him to shut up because him I couldn't stand. The collector said, I wonder what your preacher think. For a minute, my heart did sink. I jumped up and said, saints, I need to repent. I went out and spent my rent. This was not my intent, but I have spent every last cent. At home, I don't have food to eat, not even a little treat. The collector whispered, I hope they have mercy on you, because in the morning your bills are still due. I left the church with a smile on my face. I felt forgiven by His grace. I have been given a new day. The collector called the next morning and said, now will you pay? I said, I just got a new magazine in the mail. They got dresses on sale. He said, what's wrong with you? Those people thought what you said in church was true. I told the collector, don't you see? I'm not the same person I used to be. I died to myself in church Sunday. Now this new creature can shop on Monday. Well, something to think about. I'm out of here.